Wow. I'm watching Ethan.
You'd probably be able to find it easily. It was like like you did the cutie, Ethan. And people were liking that tweet. And I'm like, so I tweeted out, well, just pull it up. It has all the receipts, yeah.
I know which, I hated that one. That
It's
one was...
so, and it doesn't matter how dumb it is and how obviously wrong it is, people like it. It's just, it's really something. Like I've never seen anything like this on the internet.
And I generally feel that Cutie should just be out of the conversation just in general now. Just because she's been quiet and just kind of chilled the entire time. She keeps being brought up.
Yeah,
and
why?
It's like,
it's
she
so
doesn't want to deal with this. Even her own boyfriend brings her up.
Well,
it's
so
like,
cynical. And also she's like putting this label of like on her.
It was so disgusting.
What? That's not
just
even...
to insinuate that it's gross.
So anyway, here's once again Hassan's strongest warriors. A lot of these people have like the Hassan simp emoji, you know.
Sorry, Ethan said I need to be writing notes to him today for his show. He's trying to make sure he's got all his stuff out. No, I don't need that. I just wanted to see that one, the story. So we have a Hassan video to review, and then we have a Denims video to review. And you guys know my policy on this. Like, I can't let this stuff fester. You got to get on top of it, even if nobody's listening, and they don't care. They literally don't care. But at least you guys, and there's enough people that watch and listen that like it's important to say. Not to let people say whatever they want about you on the internet. I learned that.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way through lots of experience, and that's my policy.
You would much rather spend your time going after someone who is actually considering genuinely going to Gaza?
Oh, come on. He's considering going to Gaza. Is that really,
Oh, wait. Was that?
He's
considering genuinely.
Wait, fuck. Does anybody have that tweet? This was one of the... This was probably one of the most pathetic fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It might have been an older tweet. The one where it was like, Hassan is giving them the clothes off his back. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Shonda Black? On your Twitter somewhere? Oh, did I retweet it? Maybe I did. Hold on.
I feel bad I didn't give you pants. You want this jacket?
You've given me enough already.
No. Here you go.
Oh, that is so generous. You're gonna make me cry.
No. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. And everybody
like,
just love.
Legitimately, you have Hassan giving the clothes off his back. The clothes off his back. He's like, you can have this because I don't like. And you have Ethan screaming about how Hassan loves terrorism. Come on, bro. Come on. It's, you cannot craft a more insane, like, narrative.
I feel bad I didn't give you pants. You want this jacket?
You've given me enough already.
No. Here you go.
Oh, that is so generous. You're gonna make me cry.
No. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. And everybody
like,
just love.
Legitimately.
Oh my god, I hate PDFs. There must have been some other file format. Is the PDF format proprietarily like owned by Adobe? Or is it just one that Adobe engages with more than anybody else? You just need an LLM for it? That's the dude that said we'd have socialism if someone would just kill you, right? Correct. I'm the only one blocking socialism, according to this guy. I feel like you could build something in Unreal Engine that would allow you to interface with PDFs that would be better than whatever this fucking program is. This Adobe I don't even know what this is called. Whatever I use to... I feel like you can do everything on Unreal these days, okay? Can you show us your pistols? I think it's a rule on YouTube that on live streams, you're not allowed to actually handle firearms. So they just have to hang in the background. That's just, I mean business though. Bet you don't know why PDFs are supposed to be difficult to edit by design. Is that a meme or is there a reason why?
gonna keep your personal life private now? I've been doing that for like a year. Yeah, fuck that. And it's just not in the venue or the vein of content that we do really as much. Destiny and chat, any advice on how to broach a just want to be friends with occasional fun stuff conversation? I'm in college right now and don't want to be in a serious relationship, but I like being friends with this person and doing casual stuff every now and then. I mean, don't you just send them that message? I mean, how else could you do it? Can you full screen it for us? There you go. It's my alien at the top. That's, I'm gonna fire for the first time soon. I swear to God I will. Beneath it is it's called a, is it a P230? No, it's a P210, a SIG P210. I feel like I read a lot that this is supposed to be like one of the most accurate pistols ever designed. I don't know if that's true or not. The mags only hold like 8 rounds though, or 9 rounds or something. I think 8 rounds. Beneath that is my trusty Glock 17, and then I think I've got a Smith & Wesson Shield, and then a P365 SAS. And then my shotgun is over there. There you go. Wow. I feel like the wall stuff doesn't look very pretty, like very aesthetic, because it's like gray and black and evil looking.
First, get a rock. Then, smash the rock. Now, you've got 98% concentrated silicon dioxide. Now purify it to 99.9% pure silicon dioxide. Purify it to 99.999999% polysilicon metal. Put the polysilicon ingots into a crucible. Heat the silicon ingots to 1698 degrees Kelvin. Take a small seed monocrystal and dip it into the vat of molten silicon. Slowly pull the crystal out as it cools. Now, you've got a monocrystal of pure silicon. Next, cut the monocrystalline silicon ingot into thin slices. Now you've got pristine, freshly cut silicon wafer.
Oh, I just remembered where we heard this guy's voice from. Oh no, I remember, yeah.
Dope it with some boron or phosphorus. Put photoresist on the wafer. Take your chromium-etched photolithographic quartz mask and shine a laser beam through it onto the wafer. The shadows produced by the photomask will control the location of highly localized chemical reactions on the surface of the silicon wafer. Now develop the photoresist. Acid etch the exposed parts of the wafer. Wash away the leftover photoresist. Now do some homoepitaxy, heteroepitaxy, pseudoepitaxy, diffusion doping, copper interconnects, chemical mechanical polishing. Now you've got a finished silicon wafer. Cut your silicon wafer into pieces. Now you've got unpackaged silicon dies. Locate the pads on the silicon chip and attach bond wires, or use the flip chip method. The bond wires provide an electrical connection between the pins on the chip package and the pads on the silicon die. And that's how you make a C.
Was it supposed to cut off there? Oh, I think so. Okay. Small room, at least from camera angle, makes me believe nice blue light would be cool in the room, unless you want base white and use color lights. Isn't that what I basically have? I've got blue light in the background. I don't think having blue light on myself would look good. I think they just look weird. Does any part of you miss the drama years of yore at all, or has it only been a relief? I mean, it's fun. There's like pros and cons to everything, basically. I'm just more interested in this stuff right now, or I was. The current election stuff feels pretty doomer, but... These guys must be like choking to death on Trump dick. What the fuck? These guys are so crazy. He's already up working. 5:30 a.m. Oval Office lights on. Sun isn't even up yet. Bro, are you okay? Problem is the color scheme. If the blue and red lights were both a cozy orange and yellow, then your whole background would go together. Orange and yellow. I don't know if I believe you. The Oval Office is not in the executive residence. It's in the West Wing, not shown in this video. The post refers to the family dining room in the first floor and a kitchen on the second floor of the residence. I think the Elon is the real president messaging is not effective. The people who voted for Trump knew Elon was going to be a big part of the admin. I feel like it would be much more effective to just call out the crazy shit he is doing, not just shitting on the fact that it's Elon, agree, disagree. This is what I feel like. This is my feeling, but it's so hard to quantify any of this. Like, people that voted for, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like we're looking at, okay? People who voted because they legitimately wanted Elon to be a big part of things, like the tech bros, is like this. People that voted because they were like tired of all the woke shit, or maybe like here. And then people who voted on like some crazy foreign policy stuff are here. And then these are like the economic anxiety people, like that feel like inflation stuff was bad. I feel like this is what it looks like to us, but I feel like what it probably actually is it's probably like this. It's probably like Elon people, foreign policy people, whatever, and then it's just all these people who voted because like the economy just felt like kind of bad with all the inflation shit. But you don't see like these people are, hold on. These people are invisible because they're not like actively posting on social media. And they're not like the bots and shit that are running rampant on X. But I don't know, man. Now I'm taking the position that people had against me like 3 or 4 years ago when they were like, Twitter's not real life. And I was like, well, I don't know. Twitter's becoming real life. And now maybe I'm overestimating how much Twitter is not real life. And maybe actually it is bigger. I don't know. It's really hard to get a pulse on anything, which I guess is like the goal of this kind of propaganda. Like it's hard when you read Twitter. Like even the accounts that are like attacking me on shit, like a lot of these accounts are just bots. So I'm like, damn, if bots are going after me, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to figure out, like, oh, God, I almost spilled this whole thing, and I caught it, and I only spilled a little bit. That was just the most athletic moment of my entire fucking life. Jesus. Hold on. It's really hard to distinguish these slices because people can't even accurately identify their own reasons, or if they do, they even have an instant. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, people might not even know their own feelings. So, yeah, it's really, all of this is incredibly difficult. The thing is, a lot of people who aren't invested in politics believe Trump's framing of issues over the Dem and mainstream reporting, especially younger people. I deal with these numbers all the time. Yeah, I think that goes back to the attention thing and the social media thing I was saying earlier, and that Trump and his like cronies have done a really good job at being ever present on social media. So you see them everywhere, all the time. Official statements on the amount of confirmed bots on Twitter. Well, when you say confirmed bots, I don't even know how many of these are. Is this real or AI? Do you think there's a population for red voters that regret or will regret their decision? There's probably. And how big? Remember that when it comes to elections, you don't have to move 80% of the people. You don't have to move 25% of the people. If you move like 3% of the people, the party is like unelectable. You only have to lose like a small single digit, like less than 5% is enough to destroy a political party. So yeah, I guess even if it's not everybody being represented online, like a sizable portion of people that aren't, it's important, yeah. But who knows, man. My friends are being real doomers. Do you think it's Jover for us? I mean, I don't know. I think I read something inspirational before. We just need to change our entire media consumption habits. And we're good. I reacted to Denims yet? Oh, no, not yet. You can link me the full video if you want, though. A large majority of US adults say that they at least sometimes get news from a smartphone, computer, or tablet, including 57% who say they do so often. These figures are almost identical to the share who got news from digital devices in 2023. I like how televisions aren't digital. Are they all analog? Often. %58% of Americans say they prefer a digital device. To be fair, this would also include like mainstream media as well, right? Not just alternative, like Facebook or any bullshit like that. Why didn't YouTube tell me Destiny's live is he shadow banned? Every single day, there's somebody that comes in and says, is Destiny shadow banned? Listen, whatever you've been clicking on, whatever your algorithm is doing, sometimes I show up, sometimes I don't, okay? It's been like this for years. I'm really surprised this didn't change more significantly over COVID. I totally disagree with earlier DGGers that President Elon is a failing message. Look at how much Elon has or had to glaze Trump after the Time magazine cover. Wait, really? Wait, or I mean, I thought that was like a Photoshop. This is, oh, is he actually on the cover of Time? Ooh, I didn't know that. I thought this was just a fucking dick rider meme.
Love will keep us together. Now for something you can both agree on. A Sleep Number smart bed is perfect for couples. The Climate 360 smart bed is the only bed that cools and warms on each side. And all our smart beds adjust the firmness for each of you. Let's agree to agree on better sleep. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus free home delivery when you add a base, plus 0% interest for 48 months. Shop now.
Did you have a reaction to the new Time?
What's the worst case scenario with Elon and Doge? The worst case scenario is like a total fuck up of the entire American fucking government. USAID, one of the nice things about USAID is that for all the bad stuff America does around the world, USAID was just an organization that did a lot of nice things. Like it put a lot of money into efforts to help people in a variety of ways, like both materially and culturally. It's just like a nice way for the United States to have a positive presence around the world, and then reflectively for people to have a nicer opinion of us in places where like USAID was present and doing work. So it just sucks to see that like organization of goodwill just being eliminated, I guess. Just an interesting email I got, I guess. Dear Destiny, I would ask that you speak more on the USAID situation that is currently ongoing. I'm sure you're aware of the talking points. 1% of the federal budget supports the USA soft power worldwide, signed into law after passing both the Senate and the House, but a key point is how this funding is crucial to maintaining the US's reputation abroad. There are a large amount of foreign nationals in more closed-off nations that look to the USA as a beacon of democracy, and USAID is a pillar of that trust. The network of individuals worldwide that are part of USAID programs, in some respect, is incredibly large as well. And a lot of grant funding goes to co-financing or reimbursing costs that, if not reimbursed, would cause great financial burden and collapse for countless aid workers, farmers, private sector actors, and other aid or aid-adjacent organizations. Another key point is the countless projects and individuals reliant on those projects. To name a few of the notable ones, PEPFAR, which invests in HIV/AIDS programs to save those with HIV and AIDS and prevent future HIV infections, and is critical in helping to control the global pandemic. FuseNet, the Famine Early Warning System Network, which is a website designed to do analysis and predict food insecurity, droughts, and disasters, particularly in East and West Africa. The Bureau for Humanitarian Assistance, which oversees emergency and prolonged humanitarian assistance funding to alleviate chronic and acute food insecurity and malnutrition, is the one bureau that the administration is saying will be the first to get waivers, but their staff are being actively removed. These are projects and departments designed to save lives globally and are crucial to the survival of countless communities as they try to weather out the food insecurity and disaster brought on by climate change. All this to say, despite the lack of media coverage, which often necessitates your coverage, I would implore you to cover this and speak out. This is the first step in a long chain of illiberalism and democratic backsliding. If the administration can begin to dismantle and disregard agencies and departments instituted by Congress, yeah. I don't know, it just seems kind of sad that I feel that makes it worse. The international opinion of America has been in a downward spiral since 9/11, so maybe it was just a waste of money. I'm pretty sure most people have like a decent opinion of the United States. Opinion, polling, Europe, USA. Is Gallup the one that did this, or was it Pew? Jesus Christ, not this. Position of it. Who is this? What is this question about? Oh, these are, I think, does Gallup only pull US people? Do I need to look for Pew or? Oh, this might be a Pew question. This is from 2022, to be fair. I mean, like, we have pretty decent favorability across, this doesn't have every country, but base, nice. Like, all of these are above 50%. The anti-US sentiment online has been festering for quite a while, to be honest. I expect it to be kind of negative. Yeah, but again, it's because there's like 000, there's nobody online who stands the US because the far right hates this country, the far left hates this country, and then center left opinions are nowhere. Like, Jesus, wait, what? There's no way that's true. To be honest, I've never heard of the USAID before recent. Yeah, sure, because it's foreign. Why would you even know anything about it, right? It doesn't really, I don't think they do anything in the US, right? Isn't it definitionally like for foreign stuff? The abolishing of USAID is unconstitutional. No, Congress had no say, right? I mean, like, technically, but it's like, it's one of those things watching Lactose and fucking Pisco argue last night where you have to understand, anybody that moderates any place on the internet should know this. You can't craft rules for bad actors. Like, bad actors are always going to destroy any system that you create. So, like, is it constitutional for the president to literally end USAID? No. But could he, like, furlough all of the employees or save all the money and just spend it on the last day of the year, or have them all run around in circles in Canada until they all die of exhaustion? Like, so there's like technically there's a lot of things that he could do to sabotage it that wouldn't be in the spirit of the Constitution or the spirit of how the laws are written. But technically it's legal. But then also, like, at that point, you don't really care what's legal anyway, you know? Isn't that contrary to the president taking care to execute the law that creates USAID? But what you're talking about, that's like a spiritual argument. It's a lot different than, like, if somebody's in bad faith and can go line by line through whatever and fight with you. Yeah, I don't know. Do you ever cook food? If so, what do you like to cook? I haven't ordered out in like 2 or 3 weeks. You'd be so proud of me. I got a rice cooker, so I just make fucking shit in that, basically. I don't even think Trump and Elon will ever butt heads. They seem to see the value in each other. I think we all predicted by now their egos are too big to accept one another taking the limelight. I don't think that's going to pan out. I mean, they both seem to be covering quite different areas, right? Like Elon is kind of the more material on the ground guy, and Trump is just like saying random shit publicly. So it's... The courts have pushed back on the USAID thing. USAID workers can't be replaced on leave. Federal judge rules. Yeah, but isn't this like the second or third TRO that has come out because they weren't following the other ones? Like, will the government actually stop? If this is the center left, then we are fucked. John Fetterman explains why Democrat party brand is toxic and is not sure the Democrats can win white men back. Oh, wait, this is a...
Democratic Party.
Wait, I didn't even finish watching this shit. Hold on. Wait, was this real or is this a fucking AI thing? I don't know. Dick ride. Oh, this is the bot thing. We looked this up. We watched the ad. This is a minute. Let's watch this and then we'll get to that. Hold on.
Magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk.
Wait, someone said they paused the USAID leave. Even if they do pause it though, like just imagine if you're an employee there, like how do you even feel working knowing that the president is trying to get rid of your entire organization? Like even if they do pause it for a little bit, like I don't know, I feel like the morale and everything's got to be obliterated. But
to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk. タイムマガジンにイーロン・マスクが大統領の机の後ろで座っている写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか?
Is Time Magazine still in business? I didn't even know that. The question was so pointed, right? Your Resolute desk. What did you think of that? And you just saw, like, he first was like, no. And you could see the wheels still turning, that he perhaps thought he was being too defensive, and then comes up with the quip of like, oh, is Time Magazine still in business? But that is what we call a pregnant pause between those two things that happened. He obviously, you know, I know AIDS will tell us, oh, you guys got this all wrong, and he doesn't care. He told us right there how much he cares about this.
I had given him a lot of credit for staying disciplined and not appearing to get trolled into, you know, making comments that shows when his feelings are hurt. He was pulled in this time. And I think that quip about is Time Magazine still in business showed that it did nick him a little bit. And he wasn't able to hide it as well as perhaps he might want to.
I voted for Trump in 2016 and in 2024. This is my confession. I will never vote for him again. I am now leaving MAGA. And the reason being is my mama insulin is too high now. We can't afford it. And hell, they're probably going to get rid of her Medicaid, Medicare, and the goddamn Social Security. And I just hate to see my mama, but that ain't what really got me. It was that the fucking Mexicans, I work construction, man, and they got me down there doing fucking concrete work. You see me on my fucking knees pouring driveways and shit, man. Fuck that shit. And now they're going to get me up there doing roofing, man. I can't do that fucking shit. You send me on a fucking roof, I'll fall straight fucking through. I'm leaving MAGA. Fuck your shit.
I can't tell any of this is true, you know? You can't film your boyfriend and pass him off as MAGA. Nobody in MAGA regrets voting for Trump. This is what we voted for. I don't believe any of these accounts are real, dude. Just a typical American dad. MAGA, America first. Trumper to the end. Pro 1A/2A. Happily married. Flag, flag, flag. Check the YouTube channel.
Charlie Kirk.
American Papa Bear politics. It's all just like short slop.
Listen to what President Trump says about what will happen to Iran here.
Retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani.
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That'd be the end. I've left instructions
they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left.
Wow.
And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it.
Okay. Okay. Fetterman stuff, what?
Why is the Democratic Party viewed as toxic by so many? Like, even people inside the party acknowledge that.
I think their primary currency was shaming and scolding and talking down to people and telling them, hey, I know better than you, or you're dopes, or you're a bro, or you're ignorant, or, you know, don't you, you know, how can you be this dumb? I can't imagine it. Like, and then, by the way, they're fascists. How can you vote for that? And, you know, when you're in a state like Pennsylvania, like, I know and I love people that voted for Trump, and they're not fascists. You know, they don't support insurrection and those things. And you know, if you go to an extreme and you become a boutique kind of a proposition, then you're going to lose the argument, and then we have done that.
Like, this is what I wish these people would ask next. Somebody please leech this, osmosis this talking point into the media. Can people just ask, okay, sure, I agree with what he's saying here. You shouldn't be condescending all that. Sure, there should be grace and victory. Sure, but can you please explain why the Republicans don't ever have to do any of that? Like, why? Because it seems like Republicans don't give a fuck about, like, you can't call them fascists forever. Okay, well, Republicans have been calling us communists for decades. The Chi-Coms, Red China, the Communist Party, the Democrats, the Demon Rats, like, over and over and over and over and over again. So, like, why is it that Republicans don't have to ever play by these rules? Why?
When I show up at like a working site, I can all but guarantee you, you know, if they're politically engaged, you know, who they vote for, why they would vote there, and they just think they want to identify with people that seem to be looking out for me. Or for me, I described the 24 election was not about obscure kinds of policies. It's a gut check kind of vote. And they are going to ask themselves, who is going to protect or project my personal view of the American way of life? And who's the better match for what I believe is the American way of life? And I'm going to vote for that person. And that's why I think Trump won. And then, like, for example, you know, the new leadership of the DNC, the vice chair, you know, abolish ICE. And now the other thing saying, you know, defund the police and those things. You know, I'm concerned that we really haven't paid attention on what happened, and have we looked up at the scoreboard and been like, oh, by the way, we've lost.
How do Democrats win back white men like yourself?
I don't know, and truthfully, I'm not sure if that's possible, to be honest. I think that's been seriously eroding for a while. And in some cases, in the conversations I've had, have we, oh, by the way,
Democrats win back white men like yourself?
I don't know. And truthfully, I'm not sure if that's possible, to be honest. I think that's been seriously eroding for a while. And in some cases, in the conversations I've had, a lot of people, they don't even want to say it publicly, but they just feel like, you know, the other side seems like it's like men, that men's the problem, men are to blame, or their masculinity is toxic, or unless you're able to conform to our very strict kinds of definition of what
I agree with
we think is appropriate, well then, hey, I'm going to find an alternative, and they've done that. That's absolutely true. And once we've kind of turned their back on that demographic, it's going to be difficult to rebuild and replace that with those voters, because I think that migration has been ongoing phenomenon for several years, and that was been in front and center, you know, in part of the election in 24.
Did someone tell y'all to do this? Who?
Absolutely based.
I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like.
Are we doing like press conferences every day again? Is that what he's doing, or?
But I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw.
FBI has turned over a list to the Justice Department of the FBI agents who worked on the January 6 rioters cases. Are you planning to fire the FBI agents who worked on those investigations?
No, but I'll fire some of them because some of them were corrupt. I have no doubt about that. I got to know a lot about that business, that world. I got to know a lot about that world, and we had some corrupt agents, and those people are gone, or they will be gone, and it'll be done quickly and very surgically. Did you have a question for the Prime Minister? Talk up.
Are those the ones who worked on the January 6th?
I don't know. I don't know. I know we have some that are very corrupt and we don't like it. We're going to bring back the reputation of the FBI. Kash Patel is going to do a great job. And we're going to bring back the reputation of the FBI, which has been hurt very badly. It's been devastated over the last 4 years. But I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw.
FBI has turned over a list to the Justice Department of the FBI agents who worked.
I love how we can just like say all of this without any like, yeah, some are corrupt and need to be arrested. It's like, who? I don't know. Haven't looked into it at all. These people? Don't know. Just somebody must be. Okay. Okay, dude. Catherine Long, the journalist of the hit piece that got a Doge employee to resign for spicy posts, is a USAID employee. How did you find yourself in your current role? I came to the Seattle Times straight out of the Columbia Journalism School's investigative reporting master's program. Before matriculating at Columbia, I'd been working for the federal government, managing USAID projects in Central Asia. Well, it sounds like she used to work for... When somebody, I'm curious, when somebody says they work for the government, this never means a contractor, right? It means they're actually hired by the government. But it sounds like they used to, right? Not was a USAID, or was a USAID employee, or was a federal government employee. But, okay. But it's also not surprising. There's a really interesting game that people play. This has to do with everything also, by the way. It has to do with revolving door lobbyists. It has to do with people that think that there's like corruption going on. People will write about what's the crime. Well, the insinuation is that I guess the USAID has some lifelong hold on her. Like, people write about and people report on and people work with things that they're familiar with. So when you go into any area and you're looking for connections and you're like, oh my God, this guy writes so much about homeless people. Let me dig into this guy. It's like, this guy used to fucking work with the Californian homeless assistance program. Ha, fucking got me. Yeah, no shit. What do you think he used to do? If he's writing about something, or if he's reporting on something, or if he's covering something so frequently, they probably do have some type of first-hand experience with it, right? That makes sense, you know? Or people leave government in one industry and then they go from the FDA to the pharmaceutical. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. They probably have a huge background. My guess is in stuff relating to pharmaceutical products. So they're not working for the government doing it. They're probably working for a private company doing it, right? Not to say that there maybe could be like a conflict of interest or whatever. That's possible, of course. But it's not like that's not always like a conspiracy or something horrible, you know? Certainly improper, possibly criminal. What's the crime? This is true. A lot of speech, a lot of actions that these guys want to criminalize. Kind of weird that they were supposed to be the free speech guys. What do you think about the Ezra Klein/Jacobin assessment that the Dems have been captured by corporations and NGOs for their policy positions? I would have to see the argument in particular. I would never put Ezra Klein next to Jacobin, though. Do those guys have like an official business relationship? Jacobin is a trash website that's never worth taking at face value. Ezra Klein seems like he's a pretty smart dude, generally. What's your opinion on Luke Beasley? Is he very credible? I haven't seen Luke say anything wrong ever. Yeah. or anything like stupid or off, whatever. I'll be signing an executive order next week ending the ridiculous Biden push for paper straws. Thanks for reversing that decision. I can't tell you how many times I've found paper straws in the pockets of my 3 teenage boys while doing laundry. They mess up the washer and dryer, resulting in a rewash. I bet we are wasting more energy and water now than when we had plastic straws. What? Rokana and JD Vance are fighting. Our strongest Indian warriors. Failed straws are symbolic of how leftist agendas just don't work in the real world. For example, in crazy California, like all command and control socialist left governments, they even charge you extra for shopping bags and for the plastic bottled part of the water. Yet, when you look at their roadways, they are still just as littered as before. And you can also bet that money collected goes straight into the $green pockets of career government criminals, while it does absolutely nothing for the environment. If you want to reduce roadside trash, then use your brain and start at the sources, like building and construction. Those workers usually throw their crap on the ground while they work and let wind take it wherever it goes. Or the people with pickups that throw lunch in the flatbed knowing full well it's going to blow out. Virtually all people who buy groceries are not letting anything get out their windows, especially at these sky-high prices. What? Debates coming up in the near future. Yeah, there's a couple people that I'm kind of looking at. We'll see. Let me check. This guy wanted to. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is, though. John Tent G. I don't know. We'll see. All the MAGA people are just like fucking insane right now. And the Evil Mike video? I don't know. I feel like I recorded that like weeks ago. On the 21st, I think? Whenever August wants to publish it. 45 accounts that appear to be bots on X have generated over 4 billion views while amplifying racist and sexualized abuse, conspiracy theories, and climate disinformation, according to a Global Witness investigation released today. Dear Steve and Elon. Crossed out. Steve and Elon. I don't know. Okay. Thank you for the referral of individuals and networks who appear to be stealing government property and or threatening government employees. After your referral, as is my practice, I will begin an inquiry. Please let me read it again. If people are discovered to have broken the law or even acted simply unethically, we will investigate them. We will chase them to the end of the earth to hold them accountable. No one is above the law. Wow. Okay. You're mentioned on H3H3.
Me gay necessarily, but no, I haven't.
How did you become gay?
Off guard because I was like, I don't think about Destiny ever, but now it's all of them, and they're saying it and saying it and saying it, and it's like it's completely fabricated, completely fabricated. And he's at the point where he's just like, oh yeah, as you all know, he's best friends with Destiny.
Reasons. And they used to regularly point.
I don't think our community's opinion has changed about Destiny. I don't think it's changed about Destiny at all. I think it's the same as it was then. Maybe even worse, considering what happened recently. Probably even worse, actually.
Now that Destiny's commentators, Destiny's community is like actively brigading it.
And yours isn't.
And now they love it.
Somebody really needs to analyze his obsession with Destiny. It is really remarkable. Oh, I want to tell you guys a story. Again, since our friendship was a farce, according to Hassan, when he came in here for the first show, he immediately said to me and everybody, you guys can say you don't remember it or say nothing. He says, avoid Destiny. He's the worst person alive. Don't talk about Destiny. Don't think about Destiny.
Oh, I'm so glad he's saying this. Hassan does this on every fucking show that he goes on. He tried to blacklist me like super, or he did, I guess, once he got bigger than me doing the 90-day fiance shit. He would do this everywhere he goes. People always call me paranoid on this shit, but he does. He absolutely does this. When he goes on shows and shit, he'll tell them, like, we don't cover Destiny, we don't talk about Destiny, we don't do anything with him. You can't talk to him or I'll stop associating with. Like, he does this shit fucking everywhere. Yeah.
Destiny's the monster. He gave like a whole like prepared 5-minute speech about how ignore Destiny and like just poisoning the well. Be like, Destiny's the worst person in the world. Don't talk about him. Don't give him any attention. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It kind of threw me off guard because I was like, I don't think about Destiny ever. But now I'm kind of curious.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him late all the time.
You know?
Jesus.
Ethan literally covered the SA scandal. I mean, like immediately. Yeah. Covered it immediately. Who's Destiny? Is he talking about... Destiny is such the most ridiculous name for a streamer. It still surprised me. Somebody, I think it was Jesse Lee Peterson. That's the guy.
Yeah.
He said Destiny. Isn't that a stripper's name? Or
No,
something
no,
like
that's a girl's name.
Stripper's name.
It's so crazy. No, it's a girl's name.
Somebody said it's like a stripper name.
Maybe somebody else said that.
You gay?
No, I'm not gay.
You don't look gay.
No, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what gay looks like, but it's not me.
Okay, is that it? I love real Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. Do you remember when Trump was truthing? And he was like, where is Elon Musk? Why isn't he here at Mar-a-Lago? Oh my God, dude. You're the reason Hassan is deathly afraid of debate now. Same reason Vosh blacklisted you after getting trashed 2 debates in a row. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Whatever.
Denims. Get a load of this dumbass. What a stupid fucking dumb bitch. Holy shit. Yeah, that's defamation. Straight up, man. Okay, first of all, she's a fucking bitch. Shame on you. Fuck you. Here's a Hassan Orbiter Denims. You guys might not know who she is because she's mostly irrelevant. This is a disgusting human being. She's a vile fucking piece of shit. And yes, she is a fucking bitch. That's a fucking bitch of a person. She is earning the coveted distinction of being a fucking bitch. I have decreed. Let it be known that Denims is a dumb fucking bitch. What a vile fucking human being.
Jesus.
Hey guys, I think I pissed off Ethan Klein. He hasn't had a lot of nice things to say about me since the incident.
45,000 live viewers, by the way. 45,000 views. She had like 45,000 live viewers.
So yeah, I got around 45,000 viewers covering Ethan Klein's content nuke on Hassan. The video was pretty terrible overall, and I think anyone that wasn't sure before is completely certain now that Ethan has become a shell of his former self. I mean, shit, I used to watch this guy in high school.
I wish I could fucking memory zap my face after watching this shit.
Now, this video isn't going to cover the whole manifesto because, well, I already did that on my stream, but I did want to respond to some of the clips of me that I've seen floating around. Before we get to those clips, I wanted to address Ethan and anyone else that might have noticed that I was silent or sometimes needed to control myself to make sure I didn't laugh.
Once again, speechless?
You're my girl.
Nothing to say, girl! Say something. Nothing to say? What's funny about that? Nothing to say? No comment? No comment! No comment. That's amazing.
The problem is that Ethan is lying. It's obvious to anyone that knows anything about the topic before going into the video, and it's also obvious to Ethan. I'm silent trying to control myself because...
Okay, hopefully there will be something in here, okay? I haven't pre-watched this, but like all of this back and forth has just turned into a big drama because Hassan just won't respond with substance to anything that Ethan said. Like Ethan's video was there any drama in it? I feel like it was just all basically about Hassan's political positions relating to supporting terrorism. And I guess you could argue that the interpersonal stuff between him and Ethan and Hassan letting his viewer base like character assassinate Ethan over and over again, maybe it was drama, but like nobody in any of these things, but maybe Denims will hear, who knows? Let's see if we actually see some substantive responses to anything that Ethan said in any of the video. Let's see.
Because I honestly cannot believe that the Ethan Klein isn't afraid to make such a dishonest video. In each clip, I am holding out in the hopes that he brings it back or explains himself, and each time he never did. He literally just leaves in flat out lies. And if you don't already believe me, let me show you. The first clip is about a Sneeko fan that harassed Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein says in his video that this was because of Hassan. The clip is supposed to be me saying...
Like, is this what we're going after? Is whether or not that guy was a Hassan fan or an Ethan fan? Is that's what we're fighting over?
That this is obviously a Sneeko fan, and then being dumbstruck when he's proven to be a Hassan fan, but he's not. Ethan is lying. Let's watch the clip from his stream.
45,000 people and nobody's got a problem. Watch this one.
Bro, you're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist. You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan.
Is she horrified by what he said, or she's like, got him?
Okay, can I just say really quickly, it's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan. Like, that's very clear Sneeko lexicon. Can we just be honest for just 2 seconds?
Let's be honest, finally, please.
Wallahi, that is not.
Wallahi.
No.
What does that mean?
Wallahi, I swear.
Oh, I swear. Okay, good. She swears.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro? I'm so sweaty, bro. I love you, bro. I'm so sweaty. I love you, bro.
Once again, speechless?
You're my hero, bro.
Nothing to say, girl!
You're the coolest guy.
Here's the, you just went a whole fucking, you just grandstanded on how he's obviously just must not be a fan of Hassan. And like, how could she sit there so stupid and smug? Oh my God.
Again, Ethan is lying. His proof isn't proof at all. The first time this guy shows up during this stream, it happens 15 minutes earlier when he meets Hassan's crew. Notice he doesn't react when they say they're going to find Hassan.
What are you guys doing? What kind of content? We're just live streaming. Oh, live streaming? Yeah. Good. I'm just like, I'm a content creator too, bro. Yeah, sure. I do content. So you're just literally live right now? Yeah. How many viewers?
Like, what is this? Okay, are those facial expressions she makes real, or are they totally exaggerated to look fake? No, she exaggerates fucking. She never used to do this shit. You guys remember, she used to stream, like, a long time, right? Like, yeah. This is all just, like, kind of like acting for stream, basically.
You? Yeah. What, 30?
Probably more than 30. Really? Yeah, I would say more than 30.
Dude, guys, my YouTube channel is @dating&money. Please subscribe. @dating&money. I talk about Palestine
Dating
on
and
there.
money? Dating and money?
I talk about Palestine on there.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay. I don't know if I design. Okay. Where is this guy? Where'd he go? Yeah.
But yeah, just type in and then dating&money, guys.
Just listen, chat. Do not fucking go to dating and money. Chat. You better stay here. Do not go to that. We can't afford to lose any more viewers. Hassan has fallen on hard times. You know this.
Now, the clip from Ethan's nuke, which happens 15 minutes later.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sorry.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you.
This one is pretty ridiculous on its face, so I'll just leave it there. But here are some of the nice things this guy had to say about Hassan and me on his Twitter. You know the difference between you and Hassan?
What?
Hassan and me. Oh, this is a mean thing towards Hassan, I guess? Okay. Although this is February 1st. This was just like 6 days ago, so he also could have changed, right? These are all within like the past, like, wait, every single one of these is within the past like 5 days. Okay. All right.
This guy had to say about Hassan and me on his Twitter. You know the difference between you and Hassan?
What?
Not Nasrallah. The difference between Ethan, the difference between you and Hassan Piker?
Yes, but please tell me. So insightful.
He never...
I don't deny rape. I don't support terrorists. I don't lie and gaslight and manipulate my audience.
The second clip is about a stream Hassan did reacting to Hassan Nasrallah. The accusation is that Hassan supports Nasrallah, and I made a fool out of myself by saying that that wasn't true, only to be immediately proven wrong. Let's watch. He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
Right.
You explicitly said Gallant was a good guy.
Right, exactly, of course. Invented the legend of the Nazi atrocities.
I don't have an issue with that.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen. Listen. You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these...
No comment. That's amazing.
Here's my comment. Hassan is reading a chat message. Yes, seriously. He goes on to explain that the reason the chatter might find himself agreeing with him is that Nasrallah is well educated.
You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes... You see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about, like, some of their attitudes about, like, gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. You might not agree with his methods, but ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
Okay, I thought those two clips were fun, but the next clip is a little bit more serious. Before we get into it, a quick palate cleanser. You'll notice when we get to the next clip, Ethan Klein put a banner labeling me as an ex-Destiny orbiter. He's doing this to distract from the fact that he's currently orbiting Destiny.
Hassan and his community.
What does orbiter mean? Me and Ethan have never interacted publicly a single time. Privately, I think we traded one message on October. It was after like Hassan's chat was fucking unhinged, I think, because somebody in my community like made some compilation or whatever. But we traded literally one message over a year ago. Like,
he's desperate to link me to Destiny, someone who I don't even know. They claim that he like ghost wrote my video, that he's my favorite creator.
I wonder why people might think that. For one, Ethan uses Destiny subreddit as a source for his stream. Here's him doing it in October, and here's him explaining why he got the Frogan section of his video wrong.
Here, it's right here.
Oh,
it's right here. Right at the top. Frogan Rising Star 2024. Right here. What even is this post from? Is it even from Destiny subreddit?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's the post.
Yes,
so that's the post. So that is where I found it. And like, I'll admit that was sloppy.
But really, we could also just ask Destiny. Here's what he had to say on October 22nd, the day after Ethan Klein got caught browsing his subreddit.
I know it wouldn't look good for Ethan to publicly do anything with you, but if you reach out in private at all, well, I privately reach out a ton, of course. Why do you think I've been off stream so much for a week? I'm like scripting these fucking videos. But publicly, I mean, it's difficult to associate with him because Hassan's just going to accuse me of like mind fucking him, basically, right?
If Ethan Klein is willing to lie about all this other stuff, what else is he willing to lie about?
Like the thing that bothers me too, and like this is like all into the media vibe we're in. Oh man, bro. We just need to find some good tunes, and we just need to Factorio out for a week. The thing that's like so annoying is that, because you guys think this is an own, but actually it isn't. Like she knows that she's lying, and I think like even half the audience might even know that it's a lie, but I think that they'll probably just say it anyway because nobody. It's just all of this is just like fucking theater. Like you guys are saying she took the bait. I don't think she did take. I think she's like, oh, this is a good clip. It's like all of this is just like so disgusting.
I never fucked Destiny.
Anyways, on to the final clip.
Very good. Oh, from Believe All Women to Pixar didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot.
Here's the thing, though. We are believing the women who come forward and talk about their sexual abuse or experiences. I'm not going to believe fucking Biden when he tells me that everybody's getting raped.
Like that didn't come from Biden. That came from the Special Rapporteur for Women's Rights and Sexual Violence, whatever, from the United Nations. But okay.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that that's insane, right?
Yeah. Obviously.
Dam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hassan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen. What's the problem, fucking bitch? Did you not hear what they said? You respect women? Why are you calling them liars? How fucking cool is that? Say something. You just said you believe victims, but here's a victim right now, a woman, telling you this happened, and you're smiling? How do you disprove firsthand testimony? She goes, I wouldn't believe it unless it was firsthand. Here's a 17-year-old whose family was murdered in front of her, and she was kidnapped for 50 days and continually raped while being in captivity. Nothing to say? Nothing? You're not going to fucking acknowledge what just happened?
I will acknowledge what just happened. This woman who you claimed was continually raped in captivity did not claim to have been raped. In fact, when she was...
Oh my God. Is she going to try to pivot this to... Because I don't think that particular woman... I don't know if she claimed that she'd been raped. I think it was inappropriate or harassed, or they tried to ask her to be her wife or something. I don't remember if she claimed that she was raped in that video or not.
Released from captivity, she had this to say.
אז אחד מהם הצעיר, עשה איתי הורדת ידיים אבל הוא הביא מגבת, כדי לא... כי אסור לו לגעת בי. אישה היא מאוד... אישה היא קדושה שם. אישה היא מלכה. היו עושים לי שיחות איך לשמור על אגם. הסברנו להם שגם אצלנו לפעמים כן יש שלאדם יכול להיות חבר, או יכולים להיות כמה חברים לפני שהיא תתחתן. אני אפילו מעודדת את זה, שהיא תתנסה, שהיא תכיר, לפני שהיא אצלה מוסד הנישואים. אבל היינו מתאמתים על זה.
Later, she did a different interview for a documentary, which is what Ethan put on the screen. In that interview, she said that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted.
Wait, what does Denims think she's proving with this point? Like, I can go and find this full interview, but it sounds to me like is she trying to say that like the terrorists were being friends to the women? Because if they're trying to be quote unquote friendly to them, it's just so that they can marry them and then fuck them, because then it wouldn't be considered rape. Like, what do we... Oh, hold on, there's a link in chat, hold on.
שלאדם יכול להיות חבר, או יכולים להיות לה כמה חברים לפני שהיא תתחתן, אני אפילו מעודדת את זה, שהיא תתנסה, שהיא תכיר, לפני שהיא אצלה מוסד הנישואים, אבל היינו מתאמתים על זה.
Later, she did a different interview for a documentary, which is what Ethan put on the screen. In that interview, she says that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted. At no point did she claim that anything had happened to her, and to my knowledge so far, no hostages have given first-hand accounts of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
כל פעם שפגשתי מישהו היה לפחות מישהי או מישהו אחד שחוו התעללות מינית והתעללות פיזית. כמעט, כאילו חצי מהן.
Now, other women have also claimed that while they weren't victims themselves, they spoke to others that were. Asking people to believe second-hand accounts that changed with no explanation is insane.
So some of these women are probably dead, and other people aren't going to name names because they're still being held hostage. Like, are we being serious right now?
I take issue with other people manipulating these women's horrific experiences to fit their narratives. I've said countless times that in any military, paramilitary, or terrorist attack, there will unfortunately be sexual abuse.
Okay.
American troops have been found guilty of this countless times over the past few decades.
Countless times? Is that true? I'm sure it has happened before, but like, even if we go to like the worst example of this, which I believe would probably be Abu Ghraib, right? In Iraq, right? Hold on, let me check. It wasn't Afghanistan. In Iraq, yeah. Even that wasn't just straight out like raping women to rape women. That was like sexual torture, abuse. It was bad. I'm not saying it was good at all, but like this was like, and also our people got caught and held accountable for it. I don't know what the full extent of the accountability was, but like that's the biggest one that I'm familiar with. But countless times in the last few decades, countless times, really, countless.
I have to believe that there was sexual abuse on October 7th. I will also always believe victims who come forward to talk about their sexual abuse. I stand by that. But you don't care about victims, Ethan, because if you did, you wouldn't make up lies just to push your anti-Muslim Arab bias. What bias?
Anti-Muslim Arab. Oh my God, that's so cringe. Okinawa has a huge issue right now with U.S. soldiers raping locals. I've heard this, but I've heard like back and forth accounts of this. I just haven't done any research on that. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard some people say that that is overblown, and then I've heard other people say that the U.S. tries to hide it. And then I don't know what the truth is to that.
Bias? This bias.
I do, on the other hand, acknowledge that, like, I think per capita, a lot of the weird fucking terrorism and crimes and shit, I mean, there's definitely some strong thread of violence through the Muslim community, or Arab Muslims to be more specific.
Anyways, that's the video, and in case Ethan doesn't want to watch it, here are my thoughts straight from his mouth.
I'm not watching the video. What's the virtue in that? Literally, if you want to know what's my opinion, just watch the fucking video. I went through great, he goes, he's not political, and he's a fucking idiot. Good, that's why I took my time to tightly articulate my thoughts into a video, as concise as it can be. It's long, because obviously I had a lot to say. And I think this stuff isn't so simple, which is why you need like
14 minutes
to say what I wanted to say. It's not simply something that you can convey so easily. And that you're not watching the fucking video. And that's somehow virtuous, that you're being a coward. You are literally being a coward, and that's virtuous in his community. Like, what are we talking about? How does his audience let him get away with this? I mean, yeah, sure, I apologize in acknowledgement when I'm wrong. I love Destiny.
Okay. Good one.
This is a 17-year-old whose family was murdered in front of her, and she was kidnapped for 50 days and continually raped while being in captivity. Nothing to say? Nothing? You're not going to fucking acknowledge what just happened?
I will acknowledge what just happened. This woman who you claimed was continually raped in captivity did not claim to have been raped.
כל פעם שפגשתי מישהו היה לפחות מישהי או מישהו אחד שחוו התעללות מינית והתעללות פיזית. כמעט, כאילו חצי מהן.
In that interview, she says that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted. At no point did she claim that anything had happened to her, and to my knowledge so far, no hostages have given first-hand accounts of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
מי ידע?
And I remember thinking, now is the moment. Something, what you thought about is gonna happen. And then I remember I turned around. He was standing with his gun, and the gun was pointed out at me, and he was huffing and breathing heavily, and he had a face like a monster, like a beast, like this. So I stood up and held a blanket, a small blanket, to cover myself, and he came towards me and just pointed the gun really hard at my forehead, screaming at me, take it off, and punching me until I could not hold the towel anymore. And he started touching me, and I resisted, and then he dragged me to the bedroom. And then he forced me to commit a sexual act on him.
No hostages have given first-hand accounts of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
Okay, how can this be in the same video? It's almost like she didn't watch it at all. Okay, well. Why is Ethan going over there?
Yeah, I just don't know why any of that was.
Oh, no.
He's back.
People
Why?
included white people.
Jesus. Somebody asked me about, is this how you're supposed to use credit cards? Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is in the running to serve as Health and Human Services Secretary, revealed he was carrying up to $1.2 million in credit card debt in recent financial disclosures. Wait, how is it even possible? $1.2 million in credit card debt? That's over $200,000 a year in interest. For credit cards? I wonder if this is like a company credit account or something.
Let me get this straight. Ethan Klein would much rather make a almost 2-hour video dunking on Hasanabi, which, by the way, after watching some of it, it's really not amounting to much of an argument other
Nobody responds to anything. What a waste of time doing any research on any of this.
than it just sounds like an obsessed man rambling. Like, it really sounds like the dude is just off his rocker at this point, and I'm so serious when I say that.
Is there a single example of him being wrong or off about anything?
But he would much rather do that than address Epstein Bonercelli and maybe content nuke how Destiny
Epstein Bonercelli. That's me, my friends.
has a habit of
Absolutely.
running into very
Can't wait till we can
other people.
talk about this soon.
You claim to care about so much. Are you going to travel and put yourself in harm's way? I don't think so. Are you actually going to put that much effort into talking about someone who is a serious danger to women and to the
True.
entire Twitch community? I don't
think I'm on Twitch anymore, but
think so. All of this nuked was your own career, which is already going down the drain. You've lost the goodwill of many, and even your own team members around you are turning against you. Get some.
Damn. Are they? Why don't movies look like movies anymore?
Let's go back.
Oh, fuck. He's going to blame the Netflix camera standards. Same guy, by the way.
This one is unbelievable. This guy Xander on TikTok.
Destiny, it's not about him being wrong. It's the way he comes across. In fact, Ethan was distracting from some really good points. I totally disagree. I think his video was pretty concise, all considered.
Oh, man. There is. I'm always surprised by the level to which these people will stoop. Well, and then it's not just that; it's the internet's reception to it.
One more time.
Now, before you watch this, let me tell you: 150,000 likes on this. Okay, and it has let's see here, 1.3 million views. Okay, now you guys watch the show, so you know. Let's see.
One more time. That's who some of you are defending. That is the person who decided to go on this whole anti-radical Islamic terrorism thing against basically Hassan. But yeah, that's what he's doing, right? That's what he's doing. One more time, just so you can see. Ethan has already been down the alt-right pipeline. He is becoming a master of it. Dare I say he's becoming the CEO of the company.
I am the CEO of the alt-right.
By the way, I'm not ignoring any of the arguments that he presented. There's just no argument. We already know Hassan's a socialist. Hello.
What does that have to... Dude, how fucking dare... These people, let me tell you, they're so comfortable telling Jewish people how they...
Yeah, we watched this. Okay. I need to run something downstairs real quick. Here, watch this for a sec. 1 sec.
To Gaza.
Hassan live reaction. Hold on.
Did you guys ever find the link to this video? You couldn't find it? Even Galia? No? Just
late after I... Okay.
Super familiar with... Have you guys ever had a class where the...
It's ongoing. No,
loosen the jar... higher pitch. If... identity.
A nation of non-whites that dominated that
Bro,
nation.
just answer the fucking question. Holy shit, it's annoying me.
But no, hold on. Yeah, but so if any excluded white people, then in that
This is like when I was like, isn't this fucked up? This guy was like gloating about Hamas killing concert goers. He's like, well, you have to understand, you know, if you go back to, this didn't start in 1948. And so actually, you know, I can't judge anybody for killing civilians if it's Hamas. Or I don't know. More obviously convoluted than that.
hypothetical scenario, I would consider that racism.
Okay, but how about Hassan? You can't be racist towards the majority?
No, you can still be racist towards the majority. There are plenty of, I mean, maybe not racist, but you can still be discriminatory towards the majority.
Prejudice does not equal being
People think that race mixing is actually displacing white people because they care about whiteness. Whiteness is not something that you should be caring about at all. And if black people were not marginalized, they wouldn't care about blackness as a concept either.
Okay, everyone go buy Hassan's book, Raynard.
There's a difference between being prejudiced and being racist.
I want to hear Raynard's, Emia.
Yeah, I don't know if I even
The payoff is good, trust me. It's fantastic. Stand by.
disagree with Hassan or agree, because I'm having a hard time like understanding the point, so I don't really know what to argue for.
This is before he had hordes of simps that would just like prop him up. I feel like he also talks the same way now. And if you say something like that, then the chat is like, you need to stop talking and listen. It's time to listen. Sit down and listen, sweetie. Yeah. Also, his voice is way higher pitch. If we're talking, isn't it? If we're gonna be talking about faking the voice thing here.
Yeah.
You know, systemic racism. Bro, talk like this. Bro, you don't even have a bro.
I think, okay, there are two different types of racism that people talk about, and they often get conflated, okay? So the question is, can you be racist towards...
Oh, wait, I missed it. So they bring Destiny in.
Or agree, because I'm having a hard time, like, understanding the point, so I don't really know what to argue for. I think, okay, there are two different types of racism that people talk about, and they often get conflated, okay? So the question is, can you be racist towards majority people? Under the definition that we typically work with, like, I guess, like, in, I don't want to say, like, in academia or sociologically, we would say no. Minority people can't usually exercise, like, any sort of oppressive racism towards the majority of people. And the reason why is because we consider racism to be prejudice plus power. If every black person in the United States today was like, fuck white people, it wouldn't really affect us much, because white people are more socioeconomically privileged, because we have more businesses, we have more representation in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas if you're a majority power person and you can be oppressive towards a minority class person, like by virtue of them being minority class, like by that virtue alone, they're already typically disadvantaged in American society. So when we say like, can somebody be racist against somebody under like, I guess like the common vernacular of like, could somebody hate somebody because of their skin color? Of course, anybody can do that. But when we start like analyzing society, we look at like meaningful demonstrations of racism. So for instance, like the criminal justice system or economic disadvantages, right? In these ways, minority people can't really exercise racism against majority people because they don't really have the status or the power in society in order to do so.
I have to say.
Beautifully explained.
Yeah, really beautifully explained. I got to say. I can see why Hassan is intimidated and hates him so much, but you'll see here.
Like, I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away instead of making us wait.
So we didn't have to list a fucking Hassan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel
like we have the cheat sheet right here.
Honestly, like,
it's funny because like the only
it's
way
such a fucking retarded thing to say. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you can't comprehend
consistently ableist he is.
Shit that I'm saying.
You said
it's
the R
untrue,
word.
okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Hey,
as best
hey,
as I
Wes.
can
You
over
said
here.
the R
Wes,
word.
He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking
You can
about?
say retard on Twitch. Zeta Poppin says it all the time.
Fuck Twitch then.
No, wait, relax. Hey, come on now.
Can you believe this crybaby built an audience? Like, what a joke. There's no reason for this guy to be successful at all. Like, hello, if this dude looked like, just, you know, I say me because I don't want to insult anyone else. You know, he wouldn't survive this. He'd be a laughing stock.
Jesus. Okay. Are we good? Do I need to watch that?